Well, honestly, I don't really know how to say this. But even though I don't know exactly what you got going on in your life right now, I do know that I was supposed to turn on this camera and tell you something. Our lives are always going to be filled with trials. It's never going to end. But these trials that we face have a power to them that truly nothing else in this entire world does. And that's the power to purify your heart, to wring out your spirit of all the muck that you may have picked up along the way in your life so far. These trials you're facing are some of God's greatest gifts that could possibly be given to you. And I know on the human level, you might want things to just be easy, to go the way that you want them to. Of course. But in spirit, these trials we face, they're greater and more valuable than all of those things that you might want, and all the things you think you need. All you need right now in your life is to face the trial that you are in right now. Because so often, we're so fixated on where we want to be, and we can sense how big of a leap from where we are right now that is. So it's like we're trying to get past what it is that we're going through. We're trying to get through it. We're trying to pass this part of the story as quick as possible. But that's like if you are at the bottom of some steps. If you've got a 2-story house, you'll know this. You've got steps that go up to the second story. So imagine you're at the bottom. The way a lot of us face the trials in our life is we try to jump up as many steps as we possibly can. We want to just skip to the top. We want to get to the destination of having finished it and understanding everything we've been through, why it happened, who are we really, what's the point of this all, why am I facing these struggles, why do things often not go the way that I want them to. So we want to just jump to the top, but what happens when we just keep trying to get to the top, you can't jump that far. It's not humanly possible. And we can try to build up our strength and get our legs and our bodies super ripped so we can do longer jumps. We can build ourselves up with affirmations and inspiring music and convince ourselves that we can do it. And we might get a step or two further, having had convinced ourselves and believing in ourselves for sure. Believing in yourself does increase your strength as opposed to you not believing in yourself. But there's an incredible wisdom to the person, to you, that I know I'm here to speak to today. This really is just you I'm talking to. This is a very impromptu video with no editing. Literally recording this about 20 minutes before it's posting for you guys today on YouTube. There is a great wisdom to you, my friend. For you, who focuses simply on the step right in front of them. Because when you take one step, you find that the next and the next and the next, you get to the top of the steps quicker than everybody who's trying to skip all the steps and just trying to get to the end. The trial that you are facing right now, you might not understand it. You might not know why things like this continue to happen in your life. And you can try to figure it out and you can try to get to the bottom of it. Surely you can do this with your time if you'd like. I've spent ample years taking that approach to solving the challenges in my life, trying to become wiser and smarter than them. But no matter what I've done, I've never become wiser or smarter than life. than God, than the one who presents these trials and challenges to us, which always purify our heart, which always wring out the muck in our spirit and bring us closer to God, closer to who it is that we really are. They make us stronger. They make us wiser. It's us becoming more of who we are every single day in every way that we can't even possibly fathom. So do you want to spend your time trying to rack your brain figuring out why is this happening to you? Or do you have the courage to face it and do what we both know you know is necessary for the step that you are on right now? I know that you know. I know you know why you're here hearing this message. I know that you feel like I'm speaking directly to you, like you're the only one here, like this really is for you. It's because it is. You are going to be okay. This that you are facing now is one of the greatest gifts you could be given. And only if you are to face it courageously, honestly, the step that you're on, instead of trying to just change the story, instead of trying to fix it, just live it. Be through this journey which you are now walking in your life. Because one day you will be at the top of the stairs that is the challenge that you are facing right now in your life, that is the trial that you are facing right now in your life, and you will be able to look back. You'll be able to look back over your shoulder, and you will see all of the steps and all of the different aspects of the trial, and you will feel yourself there, and you will know that this was truly such a greater gift than you ever could have possibly come up with yourself. Once again, my friend, these challenges, these trials that you are facing in your life, you may not know what to do. You may be scared. These are all things that are okay to feel, but face it. Have the courage to really be here in your life and move through what it is that's happening right now, because it really is happening for you. And through this, I know that you will discover more of who you really are, a strength that is beyond all measurability that exists in this world that you and I walk around in and exist in materially. A strength beyond measure that is a strength of the spirit that nothing else can compare to. And this trial that you're facing right now is growing that strength. It's purifying it. It's bringing you closer to who you are. It's bringing you closer to God. I know you understand the message. Do not be afraid. You will grow through what you are going through if you're willing to go through it honestly, if you're willing to simply walk forward in it. You know what needs to be done. We both know that you do. You do. So start there, and the rest will make itself known to you in the exact moment that it's necessary. You don't have to understand the whole picture of your life. Just let it unfold. Let it happen. There's a spiritual power performing this for you. Live it. We don't need to know the whole picture. God's the one with that understanding. God's the one with that plan. And I want to leave you with something. I was just recently, this is personal, okay? I was just recently remembering myself just like a year and a half ago, sitting in a movie theater with someone who's always going to be very special to me. Honestly, everything I've been through, they're more special than I ever knew. But anyways, I'm in this movie theater with this person, and I remember the way that reality felt to me. I knew that we were always going to be together. We had this plan of the way things was going to unfold in our lives. And it's interesting that just a year later, things are completely unexpected in my life. They're not what I foresaw. They're not what I planned. Why am I telling you this? Because 3 years before that, this time in the movie theater, I didn't even know this person. And I had my own idea of the way life was going to be. Surprise, surprise, life didn't end up happening the way I thought it would. 3 years before that, I was a waiter at Chili's. had no recollection of anything spiritual at all, fully existing in the material world, never could have comprehended myself ever having the interest to make a YouTube channel and do YouTube like this. 3 years before that, 3 years before that, what's the point of me telling you this? Because I probably might have confused you a bit because I'm not super articulate with this example today. Sorry about that. The point of this is that every idea we ever have for ourselves, skip a few years later down the line, you're a completely different person than you thought you were going to be. What you are facing, what you are living, the people in your life, the way things are, it's all different than your plan. Rarely ever does it go according to our plan. So why do we put so much of our energy and focus into creating a plan and clinging to it for safety? What would happen if we just let go and let life unfold? We stop clinging to the story of the way that we think things are supposed to be. We just drop it all and we just live and we face it, and we allow these trials that come to us to purify us and stretch us and grow us in ways that we never could have comprehended. Who you will be a few years from now is nothing like what you imagine them to be. So let go and let them grow into existence. And take conscious part in this by really being present in what it is that you're going through in your life right now. Because though it may be challenging sometimes, it is a beautiful thing that you will never forget and you will cherish forever. Every challenge I've ever faced, the hardest times in my life, I look back on as being the times I am most grateful for. They were the best gifts I was ever given. Funny how they didn't feel that way when I was going through them, though. I was very resistant. I was very angry about the things I was facing. Have you ever felt that? I didn't think it should be going that way. I thought that it should be going the way I wanted. Imagine the wisdom that we have after we face enough trials and go through this experience, however, that now the new trials we face, we don't resist them anymore. We don't claim to suppose or impose that our ego knows what should be happening. We simply trust what it is that is happening right now in our lives. We trust it. We have a faith without needing things to be the way we want them. Because we've learned by now that we, in our egos, do not know the way things are supposed to be. Our plan is never the one that is created. It's always God's plan. So let go and go with it, because your life is the beautiful expression and creation of your spirit. And we are constantly being purified, and we're constantly being cleaned out, all the impurities in us, all of the unconsciousness in us. It's constantly being worked through by life, by God. You're going to be okay. That's my final note to you, because I know it doesn't always feel like it, but it is always the truth. And you know that. Thanks. Much love to you. If you know somebody that you would like to share this message with, thanks for doing so. Really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next Vibes and Frequencies video. And if I don't see you in the next one, I'll tell you Merry Christmas now. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Jesus. Much love, guys. See you later.